Amazing.
I just want it'll be my first one.
It's going to be great. It'll be fun. As soon as you get that laugh and you're in, you're like, oh, I'm back in. And it's amazing. But then they're closing all the parking garages in New York now at midnight because homeless people, I guess, are just walking down into them. And they're like, hey, this is a fun cave.
Yeah.
What could happen here?
Yeah.
I like cars.
Yeah.
You know, like I imagine like homeless people like there's a cave full of luxury cars 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
We don't have to be in the rain tonight.
Right.
And so they are closing those at midnight. So that me and my opener, we get back and we're driving around the city trying to find a spot. Everything's just weird, man. We went into a bodega at like 1. We're like standing there. There's a homeless woman in there begging for tea. The dude's like, it's your 3rd tea. And then you're looking at 2 guys that are kind of walking around the bodega and you're like, something feels off. Like, are they about to whip a gun out? Am I just paranoid because of the news? Nobody's out at night. New York City used to be, and I lived there for years.
Bumping, dude.
3 a.m. I'd be in a diner yelling at people about how fucked this business was. You know, I have been denied the amount of bitter, resentful bile that came out of my mouth as marinara sauce was flying out of it, mozzarella stick by, just being like, the denial, this bitch gets a special. Just nasty, real horror. I wasted so much in New York. Like, I loved it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But like, just the amount of time I spent walking around being angry and not in awe of what an amazing city it was. Like my opener, he paints this picture of like, it's so amazing. He's like, it's just so easy to meet girls and you're dating and you're there. You guys can go get margaritas. And I'm like, but what about all the hatred? Like, didn't you just walk around every day consumed with a darkness in you didn't know how to get rid of? He's like, well, not really, no. He's like, I was dating, and I'm like, but what about the late nights on the roof of your building smoking a cigarette, cursing God? I love it there. I miss it a little. Never live there again because me and New York have that relationship where we destroy each other. I was a tour guide. I ruined people's lives. I ruined vacations that people had saved up their entire life to come to New York to just see it. And I would grab the microphone and I'd go, this city sucks and I am dying in this city. I have nothing and everyone I know has nothing. Everyone. I said, I know some of the most talented people and they're getting nowhere. And people were like, this is really, we just want to see the Lion King. We just want to see the Lion King.
Were you doing bus tours?
Yeah, double-decker bus tours. I would stand on the bus and I would just go out there and I would tell people, I would say, they'd be like, it seems like you have such a fun job. I say, ask Winter. You know how many operations Winter's had on her foot? 6. She's had 6 foot operations. She's 68 years old. Okay? She doesn't want to show you Carnegie Hall anymore. She wants the long sleep. Like, it was such... It was bad. Tour guides are tragic characters. You become a tourist in your own home. You start falling in love with the buildings. You hate people.
Yeah.
You hate people. So that was my experience in New York. Is just
who doesn't have that weird fetish where it's like, I would love to hook up with one of my teachers. Like my biology teacher, smoke show.
Yeah.
She was bad.
I did cocaine with a substitute, and that's all. That's as far as I got. We just.
How old were you?
I was maybe 18, maybe like the year I graduated high school. We were doing coke with one of our substitutes.
And was he a homosexual or not?
No, it was a chick.
It was a woman.
Yeah, she was
just... subs are the end, dude.
What class?
She was an English sub, so she was an idiot.
Yeah.
So she wasn't smart. She was just probably trying to go out and sniff some coke and, fuck her way into the lower middle class. She was fuck her way into a little Levitt house in Long Island. Good woman.
Oh my God, bro. You got to play Santa more often, dude. I would love to watch the small black kids attack you.
They just roasted me. They were brutal. And here's the other thing. I wasn't just Santa. I was selling Obamacare because the thing was that it was a healthcare truck.
Oh,
and
Santa's got a fucking gimmick.
And you would have to like get them with they'd be like, oh, there's Santa. And then you get the kids in, then you grab their parents and be like,
That's called a bait and switch.
it's a bait and switch big time. Then you grab their parents and be like, listen, you're going to have a high deductible, but it doesn't matter. Just declare bankruptcy. You don't have to give them a fake name anymore. And you'd have to explain to the kids, like this is a present that you're not going to realize the importance of now.
Yeah.
So it was a dark time. I had fun with it though. You have fun with it. I was younger. I was doing comedy.
My life's shitty. Your life's been a real piece of shit.
It's been something.
Okay.
I never slept in a ball pit, but I'm not against it. Like I'm not opposed. And they amass these large fortunes by being brained, and it's the funniest. Because none of the interactions are real, like none of the, like they're all like, he's like, you want it for 8, but it's gonna be for, we're too far apart. It's really like 9. But like, a lot of those real conversations are like a realtor turning around and going, listen, being like, my client's trying to get out of China with his life right now, the World Bank, this guy, they want him for genocide. He poisoned a river, but he loves this infinity pool. He's gonna get his money out here, but you gotta listen. I mean, this guy, they want him for narco trafficking. He's coming at, this is the Sinaloa cartel.
Let's make a deal.
Let's go, You need, and instead it's like, I like the windows. It's like, that's not it.
No, it's not
that ain't it.
Definitely
I'll
not.
tell you
This
that
guy has
much.
killed entire families.
Oh yeah, in New York
and he
City,
wants this apartment.
like all the people that own these houses are like Russian fertilizer magnets,
Oh, yes.
Chinese amusement park tycoons.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Now I bet you were a fucking savage. What did you do? Subprime mortgage seller?
I sold subprime mortgages because I believe in people and their ability to own homes. That's number one. That's number one. And I was stopped from doing that by a totalitarian government who does not believe in people the way that I do.
So
Sorry.
would you tell people who are like, I don't know if I can afford this? You were like, dude.
By the way,
I'm looking at the
America
books.
is a country of thieves and criminals.
Yeah.
No one said I don't think I can afford. I love.
true.
By the way, I love that. That's such an innocent, great way to think about it.
Yeah.
Like there's someone on the phone where I'm like, hey, we could get you $300,000 Thursday, and they go like this. I don't know if I can afford it. No, it's America.
No.
Everyone's a dirtbag.
They're like, I can.
They're like, can we get it Tuesday?
Yeah.
Can we get it
Can I
Wednesday?
make it
morning?
500?
Yeah. So it's actually not. I mean, I'm sure the predatory lending went on, things like that went
Yeah.
on, but the majority of people that I worked with were selfish scoundrels.
Yeah.
That wanted money.
Were you ever?
I gave them money.
Did you ever
I bought
get
a subprime mortgage. I bought a house with a subprime mortgage.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you ever get to the did you ever have somebody, whatever, who's, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but applying, and you looked at their stuff and you're like, there's no way we can give this guy anything.
Well, the worst one we had was a guy who was clearly like had dementia or didn't know where he was, and his son wanted to open up a strip club in Miami, and his son just took all the money out of his house, and we were sitting at the closing, and we're signing papers, and this old guy's like struggling to sign papers, and his son is like, keep signing, Daddy, it's almost over. And the closing attorney said, I'm not really comfortable with this, and I'm like, yeah, it ain't great, but I mean, at that point, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to the Vasquezes. But it's a guy that came to me. He's like, my father's, an old guy. I want to suck all the money out of his house.
Yeah.
And go open up a strip club. It's
Yeah.
like, all right.
How's that strip club doing?
I don't know, Tom, but if I was a betting man,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I bet that's a great business.
I
though.
think it
really
is,
do.
and
I love sales. I miss it, and I
Yeah.
I love it. I love sitting in a room with uneducated people, calling people over the phone and trying to build an empire.
Follow the Instagram bitches. Yin Yang Monkey.
But virgin power is so strong, bro.
Is
I saw
it?
a
Wild.
virgin. Oh, dude.
That's crazy.
Oh, somebody parked a Volkswagen Rabbit on this guy's leg one time outside of our schoolhouse, and I saw a virgin fucking lift it right off his leg.
Wild.
Yo, what?
And this was in fucking, who knows when it was.
Every scene is from like the movie Powder. Every scene, it's amazing.
What are you talking about?
Every scene
You
of your
ever heard
life is
stories
the
like
movie.
that?
I've never seen a virgin pick up a car.
Yeah.
They pick up AK-47s now. That's the problem. Virgins now are picking up AR-15s. Hopefully they start picking up cars again. That would be nice.
They need to start
That'd be
passing
great.
out some pussy then, bro.
I agree with you.
Because they're shutting down all the pussy, bro. That's who's doing it.
That's right. We got a virgin right here.
Let's hear this young woman.
This
or
is the
man.
farthest thing from a basic bitch question.
What's up, Theo? This question's for all three of you guys.
You can't leave the room until you form a human centipede. What's the order gonna be?
Oh, interesting.
God. What are you?
So
what
complex.
website are you on, Nick?
These are our fans.
Yeah. These are people coming in from 8chan to discuss.
It's 4chan now, dude.
Right. They took 4 away.
We're eating cleanest, so I would probably say you up top.
Yeah.
man.
Tight.
You're up front.
I got to go in the back because I have the least amount of going on in my career.
That's true. You're the caboose, dude.
Yeah, I have the least amount going on. My manager would be like, "You're lucky to be there. You eat who's ever asked. They tell you to eat. Don't start any problems."
You
That's the way he
you're not
talks.
eating the ass, bro. You're just being
What's a
there
hu-
as a receptacle.
What's a human centipede, right?
Yeah, but don't get sexual. We're there to fucking survive,
Okay,
dude.
well, you know what
We're
I
trying
mean.
to get out of the room. It's like an escape room. This guy
Okay.
obviously works at the mall.
The middle.
This guy works at the mall.
Where do you think he even come up with a question
He's
like
just sitting
that?
at the mall all day smelling churros, thinking about what to ask.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
You know, I had a publicist for like 25 minutes, and I fired her after she 2 weeks after I did Rogan. She texted me. She went, "You did Rogan?" So
You're like,
then
"All right, I gotta go."
Yes, I said, "Let's go."
Yeah.
Also, she asked me to her ex-boyfriend who had blocked her on Facebook. She wanted me to go and look what relationship status he was in. So I said she might not be the most professional.
And this-
oh yeah, this was a real person.
And she was charging you real fees. Like this
She was charging me money, and I had to say no to her, and but she said, she goes, "I'm going to try to get you like this was a fact." She was trying to get me like she wanted Megabus to endorse me because this was like when I used to take Megabuses to shows, like not currently, but like I had a bit about it in my act, like Megabus. So she goes, "We'd like, I would love, we'd love to get
to get a Megabus
to get you
sponsorship.
and Megabus in business
Wait,
together."
explain Megabus to people who
Well,
don't
Megabus
know.
is it's the bus that passes you by and it goes, "For $1, get on."
Yeah.
And it's never $1, but it's always like
Right.
as the buses go, it's
Yeah.
a pretty good option. It's like a
Right.
double decker. It's college kids, old people, hippies. It's not that bad. It's not like Greyhound, and then it starts to fall off a little bit. It gets really bad. Lucky Star, like they get real bad.
They get bad.
They get bad. But Megabus was one that I would take a lot. And she goes, I said, this was her quote. She goes, "It'd be great to get you in business with a
Megabus.
brand like Megabus." So I'm still open to that. Like I'm still open.
What was your response to that?
Great? Because that's what this business does to you.
Yeah.
You're like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I will advertise